Good morning, Zio here, and today we're talking about exclusivity. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and take care of that right now. Leave me a comment. I got quite a few on the last one, which was pretty cool, pretty great. I enjoy seeing that. People of different opinions coming to say their own things. But yeah, that was cool. I hadn't seen that in a long time. Leave a like on the video, and you know what? Let's just get into it, shall we? Now, I've seen this being debated on the twatters for whatever reason. It keeps popping up, right? This whole... I need to fix that. Anyway, this whole Horizon Zero Dawn coming to the PC, and, you know, a lot of PlayStation fanboys are quite upset, which, you know, they have a right to. It's their system of choice. It's their exclusive. You know, it is current year, of course, and to be totally honest, I'm a fan of no exclusives. We'll just put that out there right now. How's that? I don't care for exclusives whatsoever, but I do understand, you know, their place. Everybody has their own personal exclusives to their systems to sort of bring people in. And, of course, if you, for whatever reason, don't know what an exclusive is, the TLDR essentially is, it's a game created in-house, you know, that's like a first-party title that can only be found on that system. So, for instance, Horizon Zero Dawn here for the PlayStation 4, I believe, let's see, the Halo series, that was a Xbox exclusive. Now it's, I guess, more or less Microsoft exclusive, considering Microsoft will, anyway, considering Microsoft will, you know, port a lot of their stuff to the PC now because it's Microsoft does PCs. I mean, the system I'm using right now is a Microsoft system, you know, but yeah, they'll port a lot of their stuff there. And, you know, they have Microsoft exclusives. Meanwhile, the Nintendo Switch has things like your Marios, your Zeldas, Smash Brothers, you know, getting it through a legal channel, of course, for the system of choice. Those are generally exclusives. While third-party developers tend to make games that cross all platforms, right? And that's why you've got Call of Duty on every platform. And, you know, many other games that will release multiple platforms. And, you know, it also leads into the debate of exclusivity on the PC when it comes to Epic Game Store, which is why a lot of people are upset about Epic Game Store, because they gobble up a lot of the indie titles and stuff and, you know, make them exclusive, or newer titles, and get them into a deal where they're exclusive for Epic for 1 year, while most people use Steam. You know, on the PC, it's a little bit of a different thing. It's just like, because on one hand, it's exclusive to that storefront. You got to download that storefront. In my opinion, is pretty low tier compared to what Steam has to offer anyway, and, you know, in terms of features and other stuff. But, you know, it also is like 400 or 500 megs on your hard drive to have that storefront. You know, anyway. But besides that, we've got Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4 exclusive, coming to the PC of all things, which is pretty cool. You know, you've got that crowd out there who recently, of course, I debated with on the twatters about, you know, inclusivity, because it came up with Sekiro and all that good stuff, you know, because the game is hard and everybody's, well, it needs an easy mode so it can be inclusive enough and accessible to more people and all this other stuff. And I'm still a firm believer of that's just ridiculous. That's asinine. You know, just because the game is hard doesn't prevent you from being able to buy it, pick it up, and try it out. Or go to a friend's and try it out, or rent it and try it out, whatever. You know, things that would prevent you from doing things like that, of course, would be language barriers or something. So if it was a Japanese exclusive, and you wanted to play it here in, you know, the US or something like that, that would be an issue there, because that's a language barrier at that point. But exclusives in general pretty much exclude a lot of people, and the accessibility just isn't there as a result, which is why I'm not a really big fan of exclusives anymore. The fact that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to the PC, I think, is a fantastic thing. Unfortunately, there are people on the PlayStation side who are absolutely destroyed. They're upset. They're raging to the heavens about it, and that's fine. You do you. But this is a fun game. I've played, I think, a total of 30 minutes. Yeah, that's right. 30 minutes worth of this game at a friend's, and it was pretty good for what I did play. He's like, dude, do you play this? I said, nope, never touched it. It's like, here, play. And I played it until, somebody was done with dinner and we all went and ate and then played Cards Against Humanity or whatever afterwards. But it was a fun game for what little I did play of it, and I think being to push it out there to more audiences is probably something that a lot of gaming developers should probably do. If you've got your favorite system or whatever, that's fine. I'm partial to the PlayStation controller, to be totally honest. I own a PlayStation, of course. I own an Xbox controller right now because this thing works natively on my on my computer, right? It's the only reason I own that Xbox controller. Before that, of course, I had an Xbox. I really enjoyed that, and that was mostly because of the Halo series that was on Xbox. It was the only reason I owned an Xbox. And before that, I had PlayStation, and before that, I had Nintendo. So I've been all over the place. But being able to say, pick your favorite system, whether it be PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, and as the systems increase in power, capabilities, they are getting more and more along the lines of just a dedicated gaming PC at that point, with whoever slapped on the side at this point, whether it's an Xbox brand or a PlayStation brand or whoever it is, maybe exclusivity should probably just go by the wayside at that point. You should just get the hardware that you like the most and play it, on that hardware. But Horizon Zero Dawn is an open-world game set in a post-apocalyptic versions of the United States that has been overrun by robotic dinosaurs, and it launched back February 2017. It's been quite a while, too. So, to get slightly upset over your exclusive title going to another system 3 or so years later. What year is it? It's 2020, right? So it's been a bit. For it to go several years later, I don't really see the problem in that at all. Of course, if you are, a Sony fanboy or whatever it is you want to be called, you're really into this is a bad thing, let me know down in the comments. Seriously, I want to know what your thoughts on why it is bad for us to have this game ported to another system or another thing like Steam and Epic and stuff like that. I want to know generally why that's a bad thing in your opinion. I am under the impression that this is a good thing. It gets it in more people's hands. It's more accessible to people. And the crowd who want to shout accessibility and stuff should probably stand up for this one too, of course. And I would stand up right next to them and go, yeah, this is a win-win for accessibility right there. More people have access to it. Not everybody wants a PlayStation. Not everybody can afford a PlayStation, but there's a good chance they've got a half-decent computer sitting at home, maybe. It's possible. Or they've got something through school or something else. I don't know. But, it gives them the access to this game that they may not have previously had because they just can't get a PlayStation for whatever reason. Just like I can't afford to get a Switch. Would love to have a Switch. Can't do it. Somebody want to buy me a Switch? Buy me a Switch. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, one of these days I will. I'll get a Switch. I'll get a Switch, I guess, at about the last year of its life cycle, because that's usually how I do it. I did it with the Wii. I did it with the Wii U. In like the last 2 years of its life cycle, finally got a Wii U. And I'll probably do it with the Switch, and then I'll buy up the games that are still $60 because Nintendo doesn't know how to lower their prices that I had been wanting that came out during launch. but that's just how it works. Anyway, we expect to see games both on Steam and Epic, which is good. You know, they can afford to do that because I barely mentioned it earlier about exclusives of Epic. Epic gobbles up a lot of indie and smaller studios really quick by giving them large payouts and say, hey, we'll cover this, just launch it on our system for 1 year, and then you can go to Steam and GOG or whoever else, right? And I hate that too. But, you know, this is probably going to be best. It is Sony, so Epic knows they can't exactly bully them around. And, you know, Sony is just like, look, we're going to give you the opportunity to host our game. We're also giving it to the other place, Steam. So get over it. But anyway, jokes aside, it will be Guerrilla's first game on a non-PlayStation platform since Sony purchased the Netherlands-based studio in 2005. I did not realize that. I mean, I should have, but to be totally honest, I keep forgetting who owns what sometimes. Considering EA and Activision keep gobbling up places and then chucking them, like Westwood, and rest in peace, Westwood. Rest in peace. Anyway, Horizon Zero Dawn restrained by the PlayStation 4's hardware was locked at 30 frames per second. We expect the PC version to be more compatible, and you know, that's also another good thing to bring up, to be totally honest. PCs are, look, I'm sorry console people, but PCs are better than your system. They're better than the Switch, they're better than the Xbox, they're better than the PlayStation. You know, PC Master Race is a meme for a reason. But yeah, you can do anything with the PCs that you can do on the system, and you can do it 1,000 times better a lot of times. Now, of course, not every PC can do that. My PC here is slightly better than what the consoles currently have. Of course, I did buy my PC years ago, so it's pretty old. So, at this point. But for its time, it blew past the competition. And of course, over time with the Xbox S and, you know, the different versions of the PlayStation Pro and stuff, you know, they've sort of crept up little by little by little, and they're almost close to what I currently own on a PC that is multiple years old at this point. Of course, it's probably about as old as their lifespan, and yeah, they had to release multiple versions just to get it anywhere. You know, it's probably not even close, to be totally honest. I should look that up, double check. But, you know, it's still a good system nonetheless. The PC does have a lot more power to it. You can do a lot more with it. It's easy to upgrade. It's easy to fix. You know, it may not be cheap to do any of that, but things do cost less and less as the years go on. You know, I remember RAM at one point costing an arm and a leg just for one stick of like 512 megs of gosh, what were they, DIMMs or SIMs? I can't remember. It's been so long. But you know, we're in territory that throwing 18 gigs out of 2 sticks, or you know, 32 gigs or something like that, not a big deal anymore. I mean, it's more affordable than it would have been years down the line. But you know, bringing this game, of course, to the PC would definitely help it out. It'd help it out. Boosting sales definitely will happen a lot. It will have more power behind it. People will do things. They will unlock the frame rates if they get locked in at 30. They will do a lot of stuff with this. I mean, heck, there may even be mods that show up, especially on the Steam side, you know, that people do to this game to make it even better than what it was. And, you know, we've seen that happen with other games like Skyrim, usually Bethesda titles, where mods just, you know, the game itself still is played to this day, like Skyrim, purely because of mod support. I don't think that, you know, this will get mod support. You know, that's a whole different thing, but it doesn't mean that people won't still do things, and you can't find, and you'll be able to find it somewhere out on the interwebs, of course, because they do that with other games as well. What is it? I think Stardew Valley doesn't exactly have a workshop setting or anything like that, but it still has mods that you can go out and find. Meanwhile, something like Skyrim has the whole workshop and a whole easier way to install mods to its system. Anyway, on top of all that, apparently Death Stranding is also coming to the PS4, or I'm sorry, coming to the PS4, is also coming to PC. But, that's a whole other thing, which would be actually pretty cool too. I would like to see that on the PC, because I do play a lot of my stuff on PC. I'm playing Monster Hunter World right now, PC. Sucks that they have to wait like a year before they get anything major, but it's a fun thing. Anyway, I've rambled way too long today, and I've got to get ready for work. So I will talk to you later. Let me know what you think about everything down in the comments below. If you're against this decision, let me know. I'm legitimately curious to know why. Of course, I also have to talk to somebody else about Google Stadia right now too. Or not now, but eventually when I can find the time to do so. Probably maybe this weekend. Sunday. I don't know what's going on yet, so I might do something there. I don't know. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. See ya. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.